Hello, I'm Caleb Howitt, and I'll be doing a flexibility and mobility workout for you this morning. I work at PSP Gagetown. I'm not going to play my own music this morning, but you feel free to play whatever you like. I'm going to take a few seconds to read off this disclaimer, and then we will get started. Okay, so in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering telefitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the telefitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel becoming accessible to all. Prior to participating in this session, and to make an informed decision on whether you should seek advice from a qualified exercise professional or healthcare provider, consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference documents. Simply by clicking the links below, so there's going to be a few links posted, just either to the side of the video or below. Just click on that, and it's just going to be a few questions to make sure that this workout is safe for you, and yeah, awesome. Then, by continuing with this telefitness class, you understand that there is a possibility of physical injury, and you agree that you do so voluntarily and at your own risk. You also assume all risk of injury and agree to release the Canadian Forces and Morale and Welfare Services from any and all claims related to participation in this telefitness class. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to warm up with a mobility flow, and then we're going to get into our flexibility and mobility exercises. Just before we start, I got my Easter basket of goodies here. So you either need a foam roller or a 6 to 10 inch diameter ball and a lacrosse ball. You got one of these, and if you have a peanut, which if you don't know what a peanut is, it's just two lacrosse balls taped together, or you can buy a more expensive version, but this is the most inexpensive. If you don't have one of these, don't worry. We can use either the foam roller or the ball for that, and we just need a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball. Mine's pink. Awesome. So just making sure that we have all our equipment before we start. Yeah. So I'll just put my Easter basket of goodies over there, and we're going to get into just mobilization and just getting a little warm before we start mobilizing the body. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to start my timer here just to remain time-oriented. So we're going to start with just mobility flow. So we're going to be on our hands and our feet. Nice. Into a little bit of downward dog. We're going to press the chest back into the feet. Feeling a little bit of a stretch in the hamstrings, lower back. We can shift the weight side to side. Nice. Awesome. And then we can bend one knee and straighten out the other. Nice. Walking the hands slightly forward, coming into a high plank. Nice. Hello. Okay, then we're going to slowly lower down our chest to the floor. We're going to flatten out our feet and our toesies. We're just going to lift up. Just get that spine moving. We're going to sit back to the hips into a child's pose. You can rock back and forth in that position as well. Ooh. We're going to come up into our tabletop. We're going to put one hand on the head, and we're going to reach our elbow up towards the ceiling, and then we're just going to try to touch our pinky finger with our elbow while keeping our supporting arm straight. Back down. Okay, drop that other hand to the floor, hand to the back of the head, reaching the elbow up towards the ceiling, and then coming down, reaching our elbow towards our pinky finger, or our pinker. Yep. Slip of the tongue. Awesome. It's great to see you all here this morning. I'm excited. You should be too. We're going to have some fun. We're going to mobilize. Hopefully we'll learn a bit. Yeah, awesome. Okay, we're going to head back down to the floor. We're going to come back up into a downward dog, pressing our chest towards our feet. We can shift side to side. Nice. We're going to lift one hand. We're just going to reach for the opposite leg. Awesome. Bring that hand back to the mat. Lifting the other hand, reaching for our opposite leg. Oh, yeah. And just following suit, alternating back and forth. From there, we're going to just flatten out into a high plank again. We're going to slowly lower down. Flatten out our feet in the back and just lift. Awesome. You can lift the knees slightly off the floor into our upward dog. Dropping the knees. And then we're going to shift back into a child's pose. Okay, coming up, we're going to flip the feet around, we're going to sit on our bums, we're going to lean slightly back, you're going to feel your core engage, so we're going to want to be doing that bracing that we were talking about in other classes. We're just going to lift our feet slightly off the floor, we're going to breathe here, we're going to keep our back nice and straight. Just hanging out, having fun, right? Now what we're going to do is try to keep our back straight and slowly lower to the floor. Awesome. I'm going to reach under myself. Awesome. Slowly lower to the floor. We're going to bring our knees and feet closer to the body. We're going to roll to the side, hands stacked on top of each other. And we're just going to take our thumb and we're going to put it on the floor of the top arm. And we're just going to make a big circle around. We'll try to keep both shoulders on the floor and our knees on the ground and legs together. So come back around, thumb on the floor, rotating around. Nice. Thumb on the floor, rotating around, coming back. And then we'll switch sides. You can just switch. I'm just gonna rotate so I'm still facing the camera. Hands stacked, thumb down on the floor. We're going to make that big wide arc. At the back point, we want both shoulders on the floor, knees still on the ground and together. Come back around, out. Nice work, everyone. You guys are doing great. Just laying on the floor, really. Nice. Okay, we're going to get back up into our downward dog. Nice. Okay. Lifting one leg up in the three-legged dog. Oh, yeah. We're just going to bring that knee to the same elbow. So knee, that's my right arm, my right elbow. And then bring that back up. Then I'm going to bring the knee over to my left elbow. And then pressing back up. Wonderful. And then bringing that foot to the floor, lifting the other leg. Bringing that knee down, same elbow. And back up. Bring it across, the opposite elbow. Then we're pressing back up. Nice. Feet on the floor. Wonderful. Then we're coming back to our high plank. Now we're going to slowly lower down, flip the feet, and then we're pressing up. In that upward dog. You can lift the knees off the floor if you want. Awesome. Keeping that brace in the front. And then we're just going to shift back. Nice. Into that child's pose, and we're just going to shift forward again into the upward dog. And back, sitting back into that child's pose. Just getting that spine moving. Nice. We're going to come to the center of our mat. We're going to sit down. Awesome. We're going to lift through the hips. Nice. We're going to lift one leg up and extend the leg. Okay? What we want here is to keep the hips level and not to turn. So we're just going to drop our leg out to the side, but keeping the hips level and then coming back up, back down to the floor. Bring the leg up. Extend the knee, leg up to the side, and coming back up and down. So I'll show you another view. So lifting up, leg up to the side, coming back down, but we want to keep the hips at the same level. We don't want our hip to move out too much. Mine's doing it a little. Yeah, and then we're going to switch sides. So leg up, out to the side, and coming back up. And I'll show you the other view again. Awesome. The hips up, out to the side, back up and down. Just something a little different for you. Extend the knee, out to the side, coming back down. Nice. Oh. So from that laying position, sorry, I got up. Forgot what I was doing for a second. So from that laying position, I want to keep both my shoulders on the floor and both my arms flat on the ground. I'm just going to drop the knees to the side. I'm trying to get as close to the floor without lifting our shoulder, our opposite shoulder off the ground. Coming up to the center and moving to the other side. Awesome. Okay, we're done right there. We're going to get back into our downward dog. Oh, wonderful. So we're just going to press the chest back into the legs. Going to hold this position. We're going to lift one foot off the floor and try to bring it as close to our hand as we can, and then come back. Lift our other foot off the floor, try to bring this close to our hand as we can, and then coming back. Just going to do this a few times. Nice. Okay, let's relax out of that. I'm going to come into just a full plank. Lowering down. Flattening up the feet. Coming up into our upward dog. Dropping the knees, sitting back on our heels into a child's pose. Then coming forward. Shifting back. Forward. Shifting back. Nice job, everyone. Okay. Wonderful. That was our mobility flow. So let's get on our Easter bag of goodies. Another reason why I call it an Easter bag is because there's a little chicken on the front. Wonderful. Awesome. So we're going to get out our lacrosse ball or our tennis ball. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a upper trap release. So I'm going to explain this. You're going to want to find a wall or a doorway, or we can do this one in the floor. So what we're going to do is put it right in the top portion of the shoulder. And we're going to get in a doorway or on the floor. So I'm going to show you the floor one first. The wall or the doorway is a lot more effective. But if you don't have that, then yeah, we can amend that. We can have other contingencies. So we want that ball into the shoulder. We want to bridge up on that ball. You can always move the arm back and forth. But what we're trying to do is release few muscles in the top that kind of in the neck. If you have a really tight neck, this is going to really help alleviate some of that tension. Especially if you have kids and carrying them around all day, or you're doing things that you're holding a lot of stuff all day, your neck can get really tight. So bridging up on that. But if you want another way, you can put that in the top of the trap. I just have a wall right here. We're going to lean into that wall with the ball on the top of the trap, and I'm just going to lean on that, trying to find something just gross, disgusting, and awful. Just trying to find something that's a little painful, and just trying to sit on it. So we're just going to work here for about a minute, and just trying to really work on that upper trap. So getting the ball right in here, and just trying to lean into that wall and work around. If you want to do that on the floor, go for it. Nice. Rolling back and forth till we find something gross, and then we're going to sit on it for a bit. And I don't want you to tense up through the face. I want you to breathe and relax, because if we're not breathing and relaxed, this isn't going to work very well. We're not going to be able to mobilize very well if we're not relaxed. So I don't want you to be too tense, but just the right amount. Yeah. Oh man. And if you feel something referring going up into your head, and if it feels good, awesome. Feels bad, probably get off of it. But if you hit a trigger point, some pain can refer to other places, because your trigger point would be holding tension and causing tension in other places in your body. Because everything is connected in the body. So, just going to finish rolling that out. And already, if you look at my shoulders, you can see a noticeable difference. I just rolled out this shoulder, and you can already see this shoulder is sitting slightly lower than this shoulder, just from that, right? So now we're gonna work on the other side. Work on the other side. You're gonna get into the top of that trap. Awesome. Oh yeah. Wonderful. I'm working the side that I usually hold my 2-year-old with, so it's a little bit more tight than the other side. Oh man, but it feels great. And remember to breathe. Don't forget to breathe and stay relaxed. And if we're holding our breath, that means we're not relaxed. We don't want to tense up through our face. Just want to stay nice and relaxed. I'm going to stay here for about another 30 seconds. Just looking for those tense points. If we find one, we can move the arm back and forth, or just stay still, but just try to relax into it. Oh, yeah. Just on the top of the trap. Oh, yeah. All of that neck musculature. Holy. Wonderful. So we just mobilized a bit. Now we're going to add a flexibility exercise. So we're going to take one arm, so we're going to stretch out the neck. I'm going to take one arm, I'm going to turn around here, just show you. Put it across the back. I'm going to take our other hand. We're going to grab our wrist. So from here, I'm going to lean my head away from the arm that I'm applying tension to. Oh, yeah. And if you're not finding too much tension here, you can always change the line of tension, so you can look up. That's going to change the line of tension on your neck. You can also look down. Right? Just search, right? Because only you know where you're tight, right? So I may be tight right here, but you may be tight in this range. Awesome. You guys are doing great. Wonderful. So we're going to stay here for another 30. Nice. Yeah. I always get really tied up through the neck with doing a lot of different things in my hands. So this is a really good one for me. Awesome. We're going to switch sides. So again, oh, there goes my ball. Putting our hand across the back, reaching with our arm. We're going to lean away from the arm that we're putting tension on. Nice. Also in this position, we really want to think about setting this shoulder back. We don't want to be rolled forward. We want everything to be set back, be stretched in a good position with the shoulder. Yeah, amazing. So we're going to hold this for another 30. My ball rolled over there, so I'm just going to grab it. Wonderful. Amazing. So, just put this right here. Amazing. Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. We're going to grab our ball again. And what we're going to do next is we're going to roll out our lats. So a lat is a huge, big muscle that hooks just on the, yeah, just a little bit below the head of your humerus. So what it does is internally rotate, abduct, does a few other things, but those are the main things it does. And it's a really big shoulder stabilizer. So it can get really gummed up. It starts from up here and it goes all the way down. It hooks into your QL, your quadratus lumborum. Don't need to know that, but yeah, it's a word. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll out the lat from just below the armpit and to about halfway down the back. So we're going to stick the ball right in here and roll out from there to there. We're going to do that on the floor, or you can do that on the wall. One of the two, both work. So I'm going to stick the ball at the top, just below the armpit. And I'm just going to search and destroy. Find something that doesn't feel good, and I already found something. And we're just going to stay relaxed and breathe through it. Okay? So we're just going to stay on that point. We're going to relax into it. So trigger point is just a knotted tissue that is creating stress up and down the system. So what we're trying to do is alleviate those trigger points. Yeah. And we're also creating increased sliding surface tension. So your muscles don't get matted down together. They move independently. All the fibers move independently of each other. We're also trying to do that, peel things apart. And we're also trying to increase blood flow so things can heal, right? Awesome. Just wonderful, everyone. Awesome. So we're gonna stay here for another 30. If you found a point, awesome. If something's starting to relax, or you're not feeling it as intense, you can go searching again. So you can search a little bit further down the system. If anything feels like shocky, painful, don't do that. Right? You want everything to feel nice. Well, not nice, but mildly uncomfortable. Nothing crazy intense. You shouldn't be making the pain face, right? We should stay out of that. So we want to, we're just rolling that out. Oh, it's wonderful. Awesome. Awesome. We'll switch sides. Put the ball down, again, just below the armpit. Wonderful. Just rolling that lat out. We're looking for anything that feels extra tender. Ah, there it is. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. So again, we're just looking for anything that's tender, and we're trying to sit on that, not trying to stay super tense to the face. We're gonna relax and breathe in, breathe out. Just trying to get rid of those trigger points, because if we tense up, then that's gonna tense up our whole body, and that's gonna be really ineffective if we're actually trying to work out or trying to relax these trigger points. And breathe. Yeah. Nice. We got about 15 more seconds here, and then we're going to go into a stretch, shoulder flexion stretch for our lats. And a few other things, but it's a big one. Awesome. So that was another 15. I'm going to put the ball here so it won't roll away. We're going to get into our shoulder flexion stretch. So we're going to get into a tabletop. What I want to do is leave my hips over my knees. I'm going to walk my hands up, try to bring my chest down to the floor. And if you're not feeling this too much, if your chest is just resting on the floor, you can always elevate the hands as well. On a wall or on a box, just to give you a little bit more intensity. In stretching, we don't want to be too intense with it though. We always want to be mildly uncomfortable. Nothing more than that. Yeah, we don't want to be pushing it too hard and actually hurt ourselves. So we want something mildly uncomfortable. You can stay here for about another 30 seconds. So what we're doing in stretching, we are trying to restore our muscles to a resting length. So if we've been doing a lot of exercise or a lot of one thing, our muscles can become in a tense state, and that's why we stretch, right? We want to alleviate that. We're not making the muscle any longer, but we're relaxing it to a resting state and trying to buy some more slack to our system. Nice. Come on up out of that. Now we're going to mobilize through the chest. So we're going to take the ball. We're going to start at the interior border of the chest. So you can feel the shoulder joint right here, the glenohumeral joint. We're going to start right at where the pec meets the shoulder, and we're going to roll across the chest. So we don't want to be on our clavicle, our collarbone right here. We want to be just below it. So we can do this against the wall again, or we can do this on the floor. I'm going to do it on the floor right here, but we're going to start here and roll across and roll back. I want your arm in behind your back. We want to set the shoulder back. We don't want the shoulder to roll forward. We want everything to be back and out of the way. and expose all this tissue that can get really tight if we've been doing a lot of push-ups. So we're going to lay down, place the ball right under the meat of the chest. We don't want to be rolling on bone, we want to be on meaty tissue. And we're just going to search and destroy, try to find something gross, disgusting, and awful. And we're trying to sit on that and alleviate some of those trigger points. Trying to create that blood flow, trying to peel things apart so they work better. Yeah. Nice work, everyone. Try to stay relaxed and breathe. This can be a really tender area for people. So we're going to stay here for another 20. We're going to switch to the other side after that. And if anything is really causing you trouble during this, you can always go back afterwards and work on it a little more, right? Nice. So we'll switch sides, take the ball. You can stand up or just switch it to the other side. I'm just going to switch so the ball's on the same side as the camera. Put our chest into the ground. We're just going to roll back and forth until we find something gross, disgusting, and awful, and then we're going to sit on that thing. Yeah. Keeping our hand behind the back because that's going to expose a bit more tissue for us. Nice work, everyone. We're doing great. We're doing amazing. You guys are doing awesome. And just remember to stay relaxed. Yeah, because that's the most important part of this. Because if we're which I said before, if we are tense, then we're not going to be able to relax enough to let the ball actually do what it's supposed to do. It's wonderful. Oh yeah. So we're going to be here for about another 10-15 seconds. Okay. So now we're going to stretch out the chest. Okay. So while we're in this chest stretch, it's called a scorpion stretch. I'm just going to move this to the side so I don't kick anything. We're going to have one of our arms in this position, and then we're going to have our other arm laying flat out. Get back here. Okay. One arm like this, one arm like that, and we're going to take our opposite leg and try to touch the floor behind us. Sounds weird, but it won't be weird. So arm on the floor, arm out, and we're just going to move our opposite leg to the other side. Nice. Head on the floor. Try to stretch out that chest. Awesome. We can also do this against the wall. So if you're already in the stretch, it feels good, stay there. But we can do this against the wall as well. So if we're right here in a doorway, we can have the arm out like this on the wall, and we just lean into it, stretch out that chest. Wonderful. So I'm going to rejoin you in the scorpion. You guys are doing great. We got about, well, if you've already been in the stretch, we got about another 30 seconds left, okay? We're just going to have fun with that. So trigger points can be caused by a number of different things. Like if you've had an injury, it could be scar tissue. It could just be like micro tears that can cause trigger points as well. Improper cool down, right? So we got to be thinking about these things, because cool down is really important for having less trigger points. And it's really good every like 6 weeks to get just a total rework by a manual therapist or massage therapist. Right now we can't get those, so we're doing this, right? Awesome. So we just stretched out one side. Let's move to the other. So arm out to the side, one arm straight. We're just going to reach that leg over. Relax the head. Awesome. Yeah, just make sure that you can relax as much as possible. Some of you are probably like, oh no, this is not good. But it's okay. It's really good for you, and make sure that you're just not overdoing it. If it's too intense, go to the wall, because then you can moderate your tension or control your tension a lot more easily. Yeah. Awesome. You got about another 30 left. Don't forget to breathe and relax. And you guys are doing awesome. Wonderful. Amazing. Awesome. We got about 10 seconds left. You guys are doing great. Amazing. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and come on out of that. Oh yeah, wonderful. Okay, next we're gonna roll out our rhomboids, or the muscles in between the spine and the shoulder blade, or the scapula. So scapula, this winging bone right here. So in the middle we have our muscles called our rhomboids, and those get really tight, and sometimes we can't. It's hard to reach them. So what we're going to do is put our helper ball right in the side, in between our spine and our scapula, right there. And when that's there, we're going to hug ourselves, give ourselves a little affirmation, but that's going to pull our scapula apart, so it's going to expose some tissue. Okay? So we're going to do that now. We can do that on the floor or on the wall. Okay? So I'm going to lay down. Putting that ball right underneath the back, hugging ourselves, and we can go just up near where the upper trap begins, just the top of the scapula. If you feel along your back, you can feel this flat ridge, and that's the top of the scapula. We're just going to hug ourselves, and we're just going to look for something gross, disgusting, and awful. Most of you have probably already found something. It can get really tender in here. But it also is really important because this is linked into neck pain as well. So if you feel something referring up into your neck or your trap, then you're probably on something good or something that hasn't been touched in a while. So we want to work that out, because this area can get really, really tender. Yeah. Wonderful. Oh, you guys are doing great. Oh, don't forget to breathe. Nice slow exhales and inhales. We don't want to be hyperventilating. We don't want our breath to go really fast. That means we're in our fight or flight response. So we want to get out of that and back into our relaxed state, back into homeostasis. So things can change, right? Because if we're in this constant state of stress, nothing is going to change, but we need to be relaxed for our trigger points to leave, right? So relaxing music could help. Yeah. The sound of a babbling brook. Oh my word. You guys are awesome. You guys are good sports. We stayed here for a little too long, but that's okay. We're going to switch sides, so we're going to grab that ball. We're going to put it on the other side of our spine. We never want to be rolling directly on our spine. That's not good. We're going to put the ball on the other side of the spine. We're going to hug ourselves. We're going to roll up and back. Nice, trying to find something gross, disgusting, and awful. Oh, but I found it. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, this is the shoulder for me that gets a little tighter because I'm holding my 2-year-old. I'm holding my 4-year-old. Just gets really tight. Yeah. So I need to put a little extra work into this side. Oh, yeah. I need to breathe. Oh, goodness. You guys are doing awesome, by the way. This is, it gets really tender in here. So if you need to moderate your tension, back off something that's really intense and look for something a little less, that's good too, and come back to it. Awesome. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. It's feeling good, feeling good. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe. You guys are doing awesome. Up and back. Up and back. Okay, we're going to stay here for another 15. If you found something awesome, stay on that. Okay, wonderful. We can stretch out there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do a different version of a classic stretch that you probably all know. You know, at the end of a fitness class, you put your arm across the body and do this. Yeah, so we're going to just do another variation of that. So we're going to lay down on our belly, and we're going to put one arm underneath our body, but we want to keep our shoulder nice and down, okay? And what our goal is to get our chest onto our arm. If it doesn't get there, that's okay. Remember, mildly uncomfortable. So bring our arm underneath the body. We're going to back up slightly more so you can see me. Yeah, awesome. And so we're trying the tensioner, we're trying to bring the chest down onto the arm. We can relax the head. If this isn't anything for you, you can always bring up your same leg. So if I have my right arm underneath my body, I'm going to bring my right leg up to the side of my body, just like that. Maybe you can see that. Awesome. I'm going to move to the side so you can see a clearer picture of that. That's going to add a little bit more tension. If that is too much, back off, right? But the goal is to get both sides of the pec onto the arm. Shoulder stays down. It's not up to the ear. They are not friends. You got to keep those two apart. We got about 15 seconds left, then we're going to switch sides. Okay, you guys can just switch arms. I'm just going to turn around so you guys can see. Laying down, putting that arm under the body, so the other arm, getting the shoulder away from the ear. Bring our leg up if we can. If we can't, that is totally fine. We're just trying to, just mobilize those rhomboids. Trying to stay relaxed. If you're lifting your head, just relax the head down on the arm or down on the floor. And just take stock of the body for a second. Just feel how your body's feeling. If you're holding tension everywhere, sometimes you can hold tension in your jaw, you're clenching your jaw, or you're holding tension, like gripping your fists, or squeezing your belly, or like in your back or your bum. But just try to relax, think about taking stock of everything and try to relax everything as much as possible right now. Remember your stretch, just mildly uncomfortable. We only got about 10 seconds left in this position. Okay, we're coming about that. Now it's time for a pink play ball. That's what I got. If you have a foam roller, wonderful. What we're going to do is we're going to mobilize our upper spine. So, awesome. From what we're going to do is place the ball just in the mid-back, just right about there. We're gonna lay down. So I'm gonna place it about mid-back, right there, feet on the floor. What I'm gonna do here is hug myself, give myself a little self-love, pat on the back. You guys are doing great. Awesome. And then we're just gonna roll from side to side. Awesome. And what we're gonna do here is just extend the arms overhead and reach back. We're just trying to mobilize your spine coming up. We can do a few passes. If you're feeling any pain right here, don't do it. It's plain and simple. If you feel pain, get off it. Okay? So we're just trying to mobilize or just go into a range that doesn't feel painful. If the hands overhead is not feeling great, we can always just have the hands on the chest and just lower back, come up, lower back, come up. All we're trying to do is just mobilize that upper back. So we're just going to roll a little down, not too much, like an inch or two, maybe 3. And then we're going to extend back again. We can roll back and forth, whatever you're feeling, right? We're just trying to mobilize that spine, get it moving, we're just trying to get every segment moving right now. Just extending again, coming back, extending, coming back. But we don't want to feel any pain. Then rolling back and forth. Then we're coming down an inch or 2 again. Then we're rolling back and forth, back and forth, and extending the spine, coming back up, extending through the spine, coming back up. Nice, roll back and forth. We're doing great, everyone. Okay, moving down. This will be our last time, okay, everyone? So we should be around the shoulder blades of the scapula. So we're rolling back and forth again. Doing great. You guys are awesome. I'm really glad you guys came out today. It's been wonderful. And then extending through the spine, coming back, extending through the spine, coming back. Wonderful. Nice mobilization, everyone. Okay, now we're gonna stretch that out. And I wish we had more time. Man, oh man. But we're gonna do our mobilization. So we're gonna do something called, our flexibility portion. It's called thread the needle. So we were doing a little mobilization for the spine at the beginning with the rotation. What we're gonna do is take our arm, reach up, and then we're gonna bring my arm through the gap between my hand and my leg and lower my shoulder to the floor in this position. What I do with this hand, I'm gonna press the floor away. Awesome. So I get a stretch through my upper back and spine. You guys are doing great. Make sure that you're only mildly uncomfortable in this position. No more. Awesome. You can also get a little bit of a neck stretch in this position as well. You guys are doing awesome. Just amazing. You got about 15 seconds left in this stretch. Awesome. We're going to switch sides and move to the other side. We're going to bring the arm down. In this position, using this arm, we're pushing the body away from the floor. Try to roll. Awesome. You guys are doing great. Awesome. Just amazing. Remember to breathe. Wonderful. Staying tight. Staying relaxed. Not tight. Oh my gosh. Staying relaxed. Breathing. Keeping a smile on our face. You guys are doing awesome. We got about 15 left. We're doing amazing. 2, and 1. Okay, everyone, we made it. That was the end. Hope you feel a lot more limber in the upper body. Yeah, it was great. Thank you all for coming out so much. It means a lot to me and a lot to us at PSP Gagetown that everybody's watching, staying fit, staying active, staying limber. Yeah, just amazing. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And thank you for coming out today. Awesome. And yeah, I'll see you again next Tuesday doing something wonderful and fun. Okay. Bye-bye now.